computer. So,
They say record everything because you never know. You might say something magical and you missed it because you didn't record it.
all right, thank you. Well, welcome everyone. So the title tonight is 3 Mistakes in Unconscious Communication, plus tools to transform in authentic communication and love. So who's ready to take your connections and relationships to a higher level?
I am.
So the story is a fellow holistic practitioner. She was at Unity
Oh,
taught
yeah.
me a valuable lesson when they had the health fair there in conscious and intentional communication to connect with her audience or people. So when a person came to her booth, our table, she did not talk about her product or service at first. She made connection with the person by complimenting something about their clothing, jewelry, etc. Isn't that really a good lesson? It was a good lesson for me because, yes, sometimes we open our mouth too soon about the wrong things. Okay.
Open mouth, insert foot.
So when your relationships thrive, you are filled with a sense of well-being and fulfillment that spills over into all aspects of your life. In fact, it's said that the quality of our relationships determine the quality of our lives. So meaningful conversations are key drivers of happiness and connection. Take the time now, practice, and become a better communicator by creating new empowering habits or patterns. Do you see that you might have some relationships in a rut? So I'm not just talking about your love relationship, but your relationship with others and with yourself. Yourself is like your most important relationship. So how do you feel about them right now? And could you use more passion, joy, or love in your life? So I want to congratulate you all for taking action to be here tonight. You are amazing, and you just want to be a better version of yourself. I see that. So the secret to fulfilling communication. So one thing I want to say is that most of our communication is by default instead of design or creative effort. So we are creative beings. Why do we not focus this creativity on our relationships? So you create what you focus on. That's the law of attraction. So you can create relationships that are fulfilling, or we can create confusion, excuses, and patterns of what we've had in the past. So why is this important? If you drive your creativity on autopilot, it is like driving a car. Driving without focusing can be like an accident waiting to happen. Let's take a look at some of the people in your life. Do you have a partner? Or if you have one, are the two of you closer and happier than 5 or 10 years ago? Do your children trust and confide in you? If you are without a partner, do you value being with yourself? How readily do you tell your parents, I love you? At work, are your relationships filled with respect, camaraderie, creative collaboration? Do you have friends who will be available if you need them? And are you that kind of friend? How and what tools can we use to direct our creativity to make our relationship great and even ecstatic? According to Aristotle, that's way back when, we are the sum of our habits. So what habits have you formed in relationships? How is it possible to create new empowering patterns? Research suggests that we have a happiness set point. The set point is determined by our DNA, 50%, and our habits, 40%, and 10% circumstances. The habits, the 40%, are changeable. And Bruce Lipton says in The Biology of Belief that when we change our beliefs and habits, we change our DNA. Wow. So this means that we can really affect 90% of our happiness set point, maybe even more. Looking for the good in all situations and savor compliments people give you. So how can you do that? I suggest you might want to write down 3 things that you love about yourself daily for 30 days. Read these and savor them, especially when you are not feeling so great. I used to journal, and yeah, I'm writing in notebooks, but this is something that you might want to think about. Another habit is to give someone you love or a friend you care about 5 compliments about what you appreciate about them. Like, say 1 compliment a day for 5 days. What habit are you focusing on here? Instead of focusing on faults, you have formed the habit of focusing on their gifts. You are setting up abundance for both of you. So I'm reading a book for Unity Book Club. It's called Still on Fire, Field Notes from a Queer Mystic. And her life was changed by a nun in school because she was like suicidal as I think she was like, I don't know, 12, 10 years old. She was in grammar school and she really was depressed and all that. So the nun used what we would call positive psychology on her, and she always found something to compliment or say to her that was very uplifting, complimentary, all of that. And it completely changed her life around. But it's a beautiful story. I loved it. I love it. I haven't finished it yet, actually. But anyhow. So secret number 2. So we talked about being conscious about our communication. And secret number 2 is to raise the Yes?
I'm taking notes now. What was secret number 1?
Secret number 1, good question, is to do your communication by design instead of default. And I gave you some examples to give compliments to someone, a friend. Write down things that you love about yourself, because your love relationship with yourself is important. So you want to have good, positive feedback. You're training your subconscious when you say good things about yourself, right?
And I heard, well, this is what I heard, if you don't mind me interrupting, is that if the guy, I don't have a guy. Do you have a guy, Susan, in your life?
No,
No, me
No.
neither. So they say the way you treat yourself is the way the guy's going to treat you. So I'm treating myself like, like the best lover ever. No.
yes, I agree.
And so I am going to, I like your idea, Agnes, and I am going to do that. Write 3 things I like about myself for 30 days. I think that's a great idea because, I mean, it's interesting. And then I'm going, and what I came up with the idea of write 5 things you like about each of your friends. I think I'm going to start writing a Christmas card and write these things down and
Oh,
give it
that's
to
a,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, you can. That's beautiful. You
I
can.
hate Christmas cards where they just sign it. You know, talk to
Yes.
them for a year and all they do is sign it. It's just like, are you wasting all this, the stamps and everything else? Couldn't you say something?
Say a compliment is very powerful.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
I'm going to do
I
that.
will get more into about attracting great,
What was the third thing? Write 3 things about yourself. Write 5 things that you like about your friends. What was the third? There was something else you wrote, said.
um, let me think. Not really.
Okay, those 2 are good enough. Okay, great.
Compliments people give you. Yeah, how many times you compliment people? Like, I love your dress. Oh, I just bought it at the resale shop or something like that. Some, that's probably not a great example, but yeah.
I know my husband always says, "Don't tell people where you get it." I'm like really proud. I got it.
I know. I'm so bad at that too.
I'm so proud that I got this at the resale shop.
Right, me too. I want to share my good fortune.
I
Yes,
know.
absolutely.
Because first of all, ecologically, recycling and it's cleaner actually because the new stuff is more chemicals, more shit in that.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I'm very much a proponent
I'm
there.
a great recycler. So we'll go into secret number 2.
Okay.
The vibration of your communication by choosing to uplift with your response. And this is in a specific type of situation. So all the interactions you have with family, friends, co-workers are opportunities to serve and master a relationship. So I think it was Panache. Might have been Panache. I'm not sure. He said that the reason we work is to learn to love others. It's our way of giving and loving others. And so that's cool. So how do we want to show our love? I'm going to give you a suggestion. So desire to come from a state of love and harmony, even though those around you are in different wavelengths of consciousness. So this is always the case. There's different wavelengths of consciousness, awareness. So your interaction is not the sole determinant of your experience when you're with others. Your experience is based on how much you freely give and withhold of yourself. When someone says words that do not uplift you or you feel judged, you can raise the vibration with your response. So how often, yes, these can be very triggering situations, but you can pull back and what? Raise the vibration by giving a compliment. So how does this work? It is meant as a blessing to everyone you meet, telling them they are appreciated and valued. Eye contact, a smile, and acknowledgement are powerful ways to transform the situation to a higher frequency. So yeah, eye contact is really powerful. So if you respond in the same energy with which a person is talking in, and if that is a lower frequency, you will, if you descend to that, you will lower the vibration, your vibration as well. So I learned this lesson from Matt Kahn. He wrote a book called, I forgot the name of it. He was talking to his chiropractor, and the chiropractor was talking about the downfall of humanity and her beliefs. So Matt noticed how quickly and shallowly she was breathing. So isn't that interesting? He wasn't getting triggered. He was noticing her and her vibration. He realized that the ego cannot be solely content to make a point. It needs to recruit other people into its agenda. So the chiropractor said, "What do you think?" to Matt. And Matt said, "It is obvious that you are very passionate about this subject matter. The fact that you are sharing with me what is so important to you allows me to feel even more connected to you than ever before. Thank you for this gift." So he didn't say he agreed or disagreed with her. He just thanked her for sharing her opinion. How many times do we, want to put people down because their opinion disagrees with ours? And, that's kind of like tyranny or, trying to be the only authority. Something else you might say. So he said, "Thank you for sharing with me." Or you could say, "That's an interesting point of view. Thank you for sharing with me." Or you might say, "Thank you for your support." Or "Thank you for the compliment." Even maybe if it's not a compliment. So why would this be important? And what if you compliment when you think or feel others don't deserve your acknowledgement at all? If you fear losing your authenticity by complimenting, it is merely your subconscious mind reacting to something unfamiliar. Your body is not resonating with the compliments because you have not experienced this before and you feel it is not helpful. Your mind feels more at ease with defending against or denying when people are unkind. So I think this happens a lot in family situations. It could be spouse, children, anything. So yes, I've experienced that myself.
I think this is one of the things that we have to practice because it's so.
Yes.
I mean, I have this. It's like a trigger. That trigger with my daughter. It's just.
So
I mean, we have.
sit back and say something very complimentary to your daughter. I really appreciate, whatever you're sharing, or thank you for sharing your point of view, or thank you for letting me know. I know you really care about me. So the point is to tell them that they really do care about you, even though you feel that they're, my daughter once said to me, "I know way more than you know." She's like, she wants to be there. But that same person that I was talking about that was complimenting people that came to her table, one time I was sitting with her and she was talking and I started talking and she said, "There you go, interrupting me. You're a terrible listener." And she said, "This isn't the first time you've done it." So I didn't compliment her, but the tears started rolling down my cheeks when I heard that because I was really hurt. But anyhow, so, so it was something probably that I needed to learn because even though, I looked up my astrological something or other, and one of my nodes or something says I'm not really a great listener, but anyhow.
Well, you can change that, my dear.
Absolutely.
Where were you born, and then were you moving? It changes.
All right. So I was saying your mind feels more at ease with defending against or denying when people are unkind. So one of my teachers, Mary Morrissey, said there's a shred of truth in every lie about you. So there is a shred of truth in every lie. And that's what she told her son, because someone was spreading, rumors about him. And she said, because according to Ho'oponopono, whatever you say or, about someone else or any spiritual law says that I think, what's her name? The one from California. I forgot her name, but she says that whatever you say of someone else, you're saying about yourself. So if you're downplaying someone because of politics or whatever, be very careful. Her name's, she wrote 1,000 Names for Joy. I forgot her name. I'll think of it. But the spiritual thing is that whatever you say about someone else, you're saying about yourself. I didn't exactly tell my husband, but when he's driving the car, he says some pretty, pretty unkind things, but
You're in the
oh my God, he's saying that to himself in his subconscious mind somehow. So leave blaming and judging behind and only express your feelings about something. So you could say, I feel sad today, or you don't want to say you did such and such, which caused, all this anger or all these problems I have. A lot of times we don't want to express our feelings. We want to blame someone else for our feelings. So we actually choose our feelings. So that's something that we could practice. So I feel something you could say, I feel you are not concerned about me. And instead of saying, stop blaming me for what you did or what you think I did, whatever. Just, blaming someone doesn't heal the situation. So that's number 2. Be complimentary, or just thank someone for being concerned about you, like someone could say, oh, she's just people blame people for their obesity. And there's a book by Rebecca DaCosta. It's called The Watchman's Rattle. I love it. And it's about how the meme or the fallacy is the personalization of blame, blaming people for what's wrong in their lives. So it could be that corporations are programmed to put out cheap food that doesn't nourish you.
Yep.
And how many times do we, not realize, like, there's food deserts out there that a lot of people, I think there's a story recently about my husband read in the newspaper, they shut a Whole Foods down in, I think, Inglewood or somewhere.
Yes, I
Because
remember.
no
that.
one was shopping in it.
Right.
So, I mean, what does that say about, there's a lot more education that needs to be done.
Well, also maybe they couldn't afford it.
Yes, that's true too.
I mean, that's that's the sad part. I mean, when you're offering this, but if people don't have the means to go in there and shop, it's not affordable.
Well,
yeah, sometimes we think that, but sometimes too, I've read articles that we have to just change our shopping habits, our eating habits, and that
Absolutely.
is difficult. It's difficult, and
Well, we eat our feelings.
Yes, yes.
I mean, it's simple. My sister is in Tennessee and there's a whole different culture. She's, she doesn't have a lot of money, and our eating are entirely different, the things that we eat, because that's how she gets her comfort. It's a very short-term comfort, but it's comfort nonetheless. And I know when I go on the tangents of eating the bad food, that's again, corporations, they know the right ingredients to appeal, sweet, salty, so on, makes us feel good for a very short amount of time.
Absolutely.
And people can't think that long term.
Yes.
You know, what I eat
People
today
don't
is going to
want-
affect me
yeah.
20 years.
People don't care about what happens 20 years from now, but every little habit builds up.
Cumulative effect.
Yes, absolutely. I know a lady who, and Sue knows her, her name's Carol. She never cooked a meal for herself in her whole life.
Oh my God. How can anybody do that? Well,
She ate out when she was working. She had money when she retired on Social Security. She, she made do with, we won't go into that, but think about the habit
Right.
that you have of never cooking a meal for yourself in your whole life. And I mean, her whole life, her health went.
It's hard to imagine.
Yeah. And not only that, she drank alcohol too. So we won't go into that, but anyhow.
No kidding.
So
Thank
it's a little habit. Oh, here's someone named Candy. Okay. Hi, Candy. We were just talking about little habits. Making a difference.
Where is she? I can't see her.
Yeah, I can't either.
Maybe she disappeared. Okay, I thought I let her in. Oh, well, maybe she'll come back.
She'll come knocking again.
Oh, wait. So secret number 3 is the power of listening. I think I was mentioning that in terms of myself. Some of, or maybe most of us, have difficulty listening and often interrupt or interject our story, often of a similar situation. Sometimes we only half listen, planning a reply before the other person has even half finished what they intend to say. I've been guilty of this, my past, probably still am to some degree. How can we consciously be great listeners? So I've taught this to Sue before. There's 3 powerful words to show that you are listening. Do you remember the 3 words?
I'm listening. No, just kidding. No, I know what it is. Hang on for a second. Oh shit, I can't remember now. Tell me more.
Yes, that's it. Tell me more. That means
No, it's in there.
All
I
right.
want to hear more. Don't interrupt them with your experience. Listen to them telling you more, because I mean, it's amazing what people will tell you when you ask that, because a lot of times people even deny they have health challenges.
Yeah.
And then when you're there listening to them and talking, all of a sudden they'll start sharing more about this challenge, health challenge or that. That happened when I went to see an old friend I had known for many years, and I knew she had a knee replacement and a shoulder replacement. And she told me what she was on this medicine, and it kept going on and on. She shared, like, she had lung issues, blah, blah, blah. I think a lot of it was related to some of the medication she was on. But anyhow, so the 3 powerful words are tell me more. So practicing those to someone on the holiday. It's not about what you have to say. Sometimes I've heard stories of people going on the airplane and just asking people questions and never talking about themselves. And the person they were talking to said, wow, that was such a great conversation. I loved connecting with that person. And the person never really talked anything about himself, but the impression the other person mind is that you're a great conversationalist because you can ask questions. So learn about other people. That's very powerful. So like I said, give eye contact, face the speaker, feel attentive, relaxed, and feel free to look away at times. Keep an open mind and do not judge. So it's amazing what an open mind can do. I think we have so many minds that are only half open because people are so, I think it's a sign of a great mind that you are always willing to at least learn about someone else's perspective, even if you don't share, And
It's the fifth agreement. The four agreements, that's the
Mhm.
fifth agreement.
what's the fifth one?
Hang on for a second, I'm gonna grab this piece of paper. Hang on, hang on.
So don't interrupt and impose your solution. Wait for the speaker to finish. And those three magic words, tell me more. So I don't know what happened to Candy. She got out somehow. I don't know. But anyhow. So the fifth agreement,
The fifth agreement is I will be skeptical, but learn to listen.
okay. So yes, let people share what they, and how tolerant are they of are accepting, the less people have an open mind, then, the less you'll learn, because we're here to learn. And learning is powerful. So we're talking about the law of giving and receiving. So it says, give and it shall be given to you. Giving puts you in harmony with the laws of life. Many believe they need to get before they can receive. Everyone has something to give. Focusing on getting puts the mind in a state of congestion and contraction. Joy is not in the giving. Joy is in the giving, excuse me. Giving increases our gratitude and sense of abundance in the present moment. Being consistent in your giving keeps abundance flowing. And don't ask yourself, what can I afford? And then expect to receive something awesome. So Albert Schweitzer said, only those who give of themselves will be truly happy. So write down some people write down the qualities they want in a partner. So I think we were talking about that a little bit earlier. Ask yourself instead, what are the qualities and things I need to be in order to attract what I desire? Go ahead and write down 30 qualities you will be in order to attract the partner who is a vibrational match for you. So my daughter probably has a long list, what she expects, but yeah, it's because probably she's changed and matured over the years, hopefully. So yeah, what she would want from a partner today wasn't what she wanted 20 years ago when she was only what, 20? When
Right,
she
absolutely.
had her first baby. So I have a meditation on my website on expanding in more love. It's about releasing blocks to loving yourself and to let more love into your life. So how many besides Sue, have you seen it?
I have not.
You know what? So-
It's
so-
on my website. It's a 7-minute meditation to expand in love. So it's about releasing blocks in our subconscious mind that limit the amount of love we can see, because there are beliefs, and they're mostly ancestral beliefs that we've been taught from our parents, grandparents, ancestors, blah, blah, blah. It goes back for a long time.
It does. There's a lot of ancestral stuff, but love is the answer. But starting with loving ourselves, that's the hardest one.
Yes.
Right.
Loving ourselves.
Well, we're harder on ourselves.
That's right.
It's easy to forgive everyone else, but
Yes.
harder to forgive ourselves.
and harder to even love ourselves. So that's why Louise Hay said that we should look in the mirror every day and look ourselves in the eye and say, I love myself.
I
That-
do. I have a little calendar of daily aspirations. In fact, what did this one say today? It said, embrace all that is you. That was my message for today.
I like that.
So yes, I'm my best cheerleader.
Oh, great, wonderful.
That's
So,
what I say.
Louise Hay said, look in that mirror and say, I love myself. So smiling is contagious, so is joy. So I wrote a little meditation to communicate with your highest truth and to experience clear communication. So it's a form of theta healing to empower you to release blocks to communication, experienced or inherited. And we ask that the releases be made as creator determines they apply to you. So your conscious mind may not be aware of them, but we can always know through muscle testing what the subconscious mind believes. So I can test you on your beliefs, or you can test yourself, but we won't go about that right now. So we said these beliefs lie in your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is not aware of them. But when we bring the beliefs up to our conscious mind through this little meditation, that makes them come up to be released, because when you become aware, then you can release. So, and then I'm going to write new beliefs for your subconscious, like a new computer software program. Isn't that powerful? Okay, so I'm just gonna mute. Don't know. I probably won't, but anyhow, just shut your eyes and take a deep breath, the slow, easy breath. And take another one again. Let your shoulders drop. Let your exhale become a little longer. And another slow, easy breath. All right. And again. Creator. We're gonna go up to creator. So we'll take our heart energy into Mother Earth, bring that earth energy up through our feet. And opening our chakras. Down from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra at the top of our head. And go out into the universe. Like a big ball of light, past all the lights and the dark lights, the lights. Past the laws of the universe. Till we get to the seventh plane of existence, where we connect to the creator and the pure power of our intention. Creator of all that is commanded to send a waterfall of healing, unconditional love to every cell in my body and everyone's body here present. So just see this unconditional love pour into your cells, and if you accept it, you can say yes. Yes. So I will read the release and you can just say yes. Just don't say anything else but yes with me, okay? So I release that I deny my truth or creator's truth. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Say yes. Okay. I release it is not safe to speak my truth. Yes. I release I suppressed my truth. Yes.
Yes.
I release guilt, grief, and regret for not speaking my truth. Yes.
Yes.
I release drama, disharmony gives me value or attention. Yes.
Yes.
I release I am separate from creator. Yes.
Yes.
I release I gave my voice away to my ego. Yes. I release I deny my truth. Yes.
Yes.
I release I let myself down. Yes.
Yes.
I release I rejected. I was rejected or abandoned by creator. Yes. I release I rejected my truth. Yes.
Yes.
I release that I need to lie to feel safe. Yes.
Yes.
I release I do not know how to listen. Yes.
Yes.
I release that only my perspective of truth is what matters. Yes.
Yes.
I release my truth is hidden from me. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And now we're going to write the new software program. It's replaced. Our beliefs are replaced with creator's perspective, definition, and understanding on all levels. So just say yes after I read the statement with me. I know my highest truth and I embrace it. Yes.
Yes.
I know how to speak my highest truth. Yes.
Yes.
I know what it feels like to voice my highest truth. Yes. I know it is possible and I allow myself to speak my highest truth. Yes.
Yes.
I am part of Creator's truth and I am connected to and one with Creator. Yes.
Yes.
I know my truth, or I voice my truth easily and safely. Yes.
Yes.
I know how to listen and discern my truth with my intuition. Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to wash and cleanse all soul fragments. Anything else Creator feels is required for you or your ancestors' highest and best will be changed here now. So thank you. Thank you. We're going to witness this change because according to Theta Healing, witness something makes it real. So it is done. It is done. Show me how, show me now. So I'm going to witness it in 4 levels. The core level is in your past. It's right in your forehead. I witness through the pineal gland in the center of your brain. That's a genetic level. And the around the shoulders is the ancestral level, your ancestors. And the soul level is around your heart. So Creator, it is commanded that those here present no longer need the beliefs that they need to deny, fear, or reject their truth. So we no longer need to do that in order to learn that we can voice our highest truth easily and safely. So it's marked as complete by Creator, freeing you and all others from the energetics of these beliefs for all space and time continuums for you, your parents, ancestors, soul families in the highest and best way with full and complete mastery here now. Thank you. Thank you. It's done. It's done. Show me how, show me now. So thank you. You can open your eyes. How was that for you? That's Theta Healing.
Very nice.
So yeah, it's bringing limiting things to conscious awareness so we can release them. So that's cool.
Mhm.
So Any questions? I will share a little bit. I'm having a half-day retreat online on December 3rd in the morning from like 9:30 to 1:30 p.m. The last hour is just going to be like a little connection time to talk or eat or whatever. It's just to connect with the people who are there. So it's inexpensive. It's meant to be mostly for women. I wouldn't deny a guy to come if you know of anyone, but it's designed to explore tools for navigating changes in our lives, expanding our possibilities and options, understanding what's important and energizing for you, creating next step action plans, and connecting with other women who are going through changes, because we're all going through changes in the last, even, in spite of, the last number of years, we've always been going through changes. People die, people come into our lives and leave. It's amazing.
It is.
So, but when we have a clear vision of who we are, I have a little meditation for that too. It's very powerful. It's called the Transcendent Self Meditation. I love it. So I love to help you connect to your imagination, yourself, become more open to using tools to create what you want. And especially one of my expertise is better health. So I will go over just a few things. And Sue has contributed to some of my little habits that I use to create better health too. But it's all about being inspired. So yes. And I'll send the email out. But anything else before we?
That I was just thinking about, because I haven't done it for a long time. You know how you do this thing here, and you do it
Yeah.
area. Why do we do that? I'm just curious.
So the one here is about opening your heart
Okay, so
and breathing. Yeah, breathing. It sets energy flowing by creating what they call a piezoelectric effect. Dr. Joe Dispenza uses that word too, besides Michael Cotton. So it's creating a piezoelectric effect in our tissue to send energy. So the energy to open our heart, and the other one I will teach later, but it's, yeah.
'cause I did
Send energy to your brain too, up the spine.
this one, and then the one in the back.
Well, this one is your 2 or 3, 1 or 2 fingers. I think I just use like 1 or 2, on each side.
Oh,
You breathe in and exhale to open your heart.
and how many times you do that?
I do it 10. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to stop the recording.